Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Okay. So we fixed it now. I realize what's happening. Thank you so much. So good afternoon. Yeah, sorry, I do apologize. There was a problem within the sound, and sometimes you're walking away. So people just wanted to make me aware. Thank you very much for that. Good afternoon and welcome. You're watching this in AY it's in discussion with on with Mazi Alozue on iPod Rapture from the US, the iPod Rapture Radio US. What we're trying to do here is come up with practical solutions among ourselves as to how we can free ourselves. And like I said, those people, Atiku are telling you we condole, but Buhari is telling you we condole. They all of them, they are telling you, even the governor is telling you we condole. Now, the best way that they can make sure that they are serious about the safety and security of the people that have been killed is to make sure that those communities are secure. To date, yes, my brother, yes. Okay. Oops. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Something's happened. Beg your pardon. I do apologize. We will replay this again. So I do apologize. The network was causing problems. I couldn't really see. I've managed. I hope you can hear it now. Sorry, when you're doing this, sometimes it can be a bit of an issue. So we will replay it again later on. I'm going to bring the broadcast on from iPod again. So let's have a look at this. Let me just check what is going on here. I'm going to bring Mazi back on. I don't quite know what's happened there. Let's just see if that will work. I don't know what's happened. So we're trying to, the line went dead. So we're trying to see if we can come back online. So we are in discussion with iPod Rapture. So can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Sorry, oh God. Can you hear me? Oh gosh. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So if you do want to
You're
call,
welcome, sir.
do you have any questions to ask about this as well? About the what the about
I'm just listening to the program. I'm listening to the program. Later,
Okay,
I will ask the questions.
okay. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Eshion, Eshion. Thanks so much. So that's somebody calling, and this is what I like about the beauty I like of what we do here as Odudua, as Odudua TV, radio, and Citizen AY, and we have people who look out for us. And sometimes, yeah, we might not be able to get information out because we're doing 3 or 4 different things at the same time. So let me see if the Mazi Alozie is able to talk. I'm not sure if the broadcast is still on his end. If not, I'm going to carry on anyway because we need to have a lot more discussion about things. And I want to focus on our governors. The topic again remains our governors. Sorry about that. Yeah. So let me see. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So thank you very much to those of you watching. I do apologize for the earlier sound not working. Sometimes when you're trying to answer questions, you do try and get, you get involved. And I just rushed in literally from swimming and from the hydro pool because I'm chronic pain, trying to manage that. But I want to thank you all once again. Let me see if I can hear from Mazi Alozie. Let me just check iPod Rapture to see if they're still on. If they have another program on. If not, that's okay. I'm going to restream that later on as well, and we will continue with that as we go on. Let me see if he's busy here. I don't, 1 second. So, so, so let me just make sure. I just wanted to make sure that things are working on that end. That program may have come to an end at this end, but I'm going to check before I proceed because there's a lot of things for us to discuss on the program today. So good afternoon to you all. You're watching Citizen at the platform where we speak truth to power. We probably got about another hour before an hour or so. And I'm probably going to be coming back, quite a lot because we're going to be putting pressure on those in governance now by making sure that our people in our communities take collective action. And it is when our people take collective action to protect themselves that we can actually, achieve our goal of self-determination. We need you on the ground, people on ground. Your lives and your actions matter the most right now. Right now. So I wanted to just state that. Let me just do one thing here. I do apologize. I was so busy fixing a few things, and you will miss a few things. And sometimes probably need to get a bit of a backroom team on setting things up. When I'm doing this, sometimes I wouldn't have to get in touch with them. So let me just see if I can hear from my brother Mazi Alozie one more time, if that's possible. Are you there? Let me see what's happening here. 1 second, please. Can you hear us? Just trying to make sure we got this right, because I don't have any indication that I'm being heard here. Let me try that again one more time. If that wraps up, then that is indeed where the broadcast will end with IPOB. I just want to make sure that we check it up, because I think something might have happened. But what we want to do is to really go ahead and continue. Look, we need unity among ourselves. I know many people will have a major issue in terms of whether or not who you talk to and everything else. In this struggle, we don't rule out talking to anybody. Everybody is part of this struggle, and we need to work together. And I want to urge our the leaders of this the struggle to really make sure that the safety of our people is their paramount priority. The safety of our people should be their paramount priority. So please, now it's not about talking alone. As we tend to say. We will make sure this program now will now go to a mixture of Yoruba and English. And we will do that again next week. We'll come back and do some more. I know we took some time earlier on, so that might have taken a bit of time from him. But I had a bit of time on my hand now, and I was happy to have more discussions. Earlier on, the discussions we had with IPOB has been around the issue of the Owo killings. As we know, the figures that we have now, we're going to try and get some updates. Let me try and give you an idea of what we're trying to do now. And we will do this live. I want to do this live with you all. Let me see if I can find this, because it's important that we cannot just be doing things in isolation alone. We need people to be aware of what is going on and how it's impacting us all, and the steps we can take. So let me see. I'm trying to find names. Let me put it back. Let me see if I can put this up. Maybe that will come up. I'm trying to find a way to get this out. Okay, now I know what it is. Sorry. I was just looking at something else completely, and it threw me. But what we are going for is okay. Now this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the Excel app up. I want you to, because right now we're going to go for the list of names of those killed, and that's what I want to try and do. And I will do this live with you all, because we need this kind of information. So in Ondo State now, we know that in Ondo State, at least 50 people have been killed as of yesterday. So we're going to do this live as you're watching. I'm going to try and do this because I don't have the names yet. I have some names. But what we want to do is start keeping a record of people killed so that we know on a day-to-day basis ourselves. And it's done by state, by state, by state. So let me do this, and I'll just show you what I mean. So you will see it come up. So share. So let's put this here, and then look. Can I do that? No, it's not gonna let me do that. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna just do it like this. So I want you to see it yourself, because sometimes it's better that you see it rather than just So now we're gonna do something live on air, because I want us to be. This is reality. I'm going to look at one or two things and I'll bring it up. I want to put the list of number of people killed so far. Because there's things we can talk about it. They are people, and I've got one or two names, but we need more people to populate. So let's go and look at the figures as we speak in terms of the number of people killed in a war. So let's go. I'm going to just do some searches myself online, because we need to keep record of these things. Their lives matter. 1 minute, please. Number of people killed in our war. So you will see in the thing here in Owo, a shooting in Owo. So now let's have a look at this now to see what it says here. Now, I'm going to go on the basis of what they have and what they've said so far. So they said at least 50 killed. Allow, sorry about that. Let me just. So generally they say here at least 50 killed. So we can agree that 50 killed in church attack. Now we don't have the breakdown of the number of people, men or women and all that, but we're going to do something. You see, what you have before you now is actually a spreadsheet. We need to keep track of the people who are being killed. So we need to make sure that our people are aware that those people killed, their names and their lives matter. So what you have before you now, let me just show you briefly what we have. We will be back later on with others, and I want to thank my brothers. So I'm going to show you, this is Yoruba Nation data. We're trying to build a data roughly. This is just an idea for us to look at. And we have Eko, we have Ogun, we have Oyo, we have Ekiti, Oshun, Ondo, Kogi, Kwara. See, Kogi, you saw some killings done back in 2018. Then we have the Kwara. So all of those are there. Now we're going to go to Ondo. Ondo, yesterday was, of course, the 5th of June, 2022. So we're going to do this now. So now we know that 50 were killed. So we're going to go, we don't know, name unknown at the minute. So we're going to put name unknown, but we want to recognize that in Ondo State, name unknown. So we're going to put that for 50 people now. So let's go ahead. So 50, so that makes it 52. So let's go down there. So we're going to go on. Let me just see where we are now. Okay, so sorry about that. We need to just change all of that. I'll be there. I just want to this is an exercise that we must all do. So because right now it's very easy for others to just tell us it doesn't matter. The names matter, who they are matter. I've got one or two names. Paste. So now, and we can look at it as a reference point later on. Copy. I'm just doing it live on air with you because we can now say, no. Now, so now we will go to these places here. All the names are unknown so far. Now, as we get the names coming in, I will, of course, be doing that, putting their names in there. The reason is this is important, that there are people that were killed, the young and old, male, female, the age, location of accident. So, or what Catholic Church. So let's go in here. I want to see. So we're going to put in St. Francis Catholic Church in Ondo State. So let me go. I'll put it here so that we know the location. We're not going to allow this to go like that. So paste and let me. Like I said, we need to build this up. And that is where their names, and as we get more names to them, we can put it up. We can build it up. We can actually but now, and of course the state is Ondo State. So male, female, we don't know yet. We know one or two names, but we need to have more. So they were killed by terrorists. Yeah. So we're gonna put killed by terrorists. So we need to make sure that this is important. Our government don't keep those kind of things. Killed by terrorists. Yeah. So let's do this. So we'll put that there. So that's for 50 people that we know of. There's probably more. And of course, if we don't know about the injured, we will find out. But what I'm trying to do is we are going by public records, but we need to keep records that way. So these are the kind of things that I'm looking at. Of course, let me look at Kwara. There also a killing happened in Kwara yesterday. So let me see if I can find the one in Kwara State. Sorry about this. So we need to be doing this to record the killings going on, to be aware of it, to make people know. Because unless we take steps like this, nothing will change. Nothing will change. So let me see if I can bring this down. Does that make any? Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay, so you can see my face in the broadcast. I just want to make sure. So now we're going to look for the one in Kwara, because I know there was a killing in Kwara yesterday. Somebody mentioned it. So, and I will see if I can pick that up as well. So we want to know how many people are killed in Kwara. We haven't got it doesn't matter that we haven't got all the details. But what matters is that 50 people were killed in Ondo. So we just need to know. And then local government area, I'll try and get that as well. But I think it's in Owo. So let me just, yeah, it is Owo. Let me see. So I will say, let's put in here, local government, I think it's Owo. So we're going to put Owo here. And then there was another killing in Ifon. So these are, we're beginning to put in a picture of what is going on. And we should try and record this ourselves. Because you see, by doing this, we are humanizing those that have been dehumanized. Every single person that has been killed by the terrorists, by putting the location and the time and the date of the time of when this happened in some kind of a record, we are remembering them, we are making them live, and they matter. What has been done is, what the Fulani government and those who are killing us doing, they're saying, oh, they condole. They condole with what? They don't even see, it doesn't mean anything. They have not done anything to stop the killings. They have not done anything to stop the killings. So I want to reiterate that. Now, I'm going to show you something, and we'll talk about some more things as well. What the governor of Governor Otom has done. And we need to talk about how our people are going to protect themselves from this menace of the killings going on. Every community, like I said before, must protect itself by any means necessary. I'm going to translate some sections of the Nigerian fraudulent constitution, and I'll make sure I'll do it in Yoruba so that you know that you have a right to life. So let me do example of what I mean is this. Let's go and do a simple one. I want to do, because this is all interrelated to the issue of the killings going on. So let's do this here. But I will, you will see it come up. So let me quickly make a change here. But I'm going to look at Kwara in a minute. Oh, sorry, here we are. And then before I go ahead, I know there's a lot of throwing and throwing in what I'm doing, but I want us to, we need to be taking steps ourselves, recording those names in those areas, name unknown so far. But as we get those names, we will put them in there and we will bring it on board. And the date is there. So we know now that people have been killed in our war. So those are the kind of things that we want to try and bring to our attention. So let me do one more thing. Then I am going to go into something here. Let me show you quickly. I'll bring this back up. I am in what you call the fraudulent 1999 constitution. It's a fraudulent constitution. I'm going to section 33. I think it's on page 9 or 10. Is it 10? Let me just look at 10. No, maybe it's much more than that. Okay. 20. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, okay. So now here we are. So we are looking at something here. And I want to do this to make sure you understand it. So now I'm going to just show you briefly what that means, and I will bring it up shortly. Because what we need to do is to be talking about this and encouraging us to know that you need to know this so that our communities can protect themselves. Our communities believe in the Constitution, but they don't know that they have the right. They don't know the things within it because it's in English. We need to put it in Yoruba. Now, 1 second, please. Now, okay, cool. I got it. Now, I'm going to just go and do something quickly just to make sure this works. So before I bring it to you, I want to do that first. Now, okay, so now what I want to do, I'm going to have to do this in a way different format. Now, you will see it come up. I know there's a lot of information that I'm throwing at you right now, but please do bear with me. It's because we need to try and make it reach our people so that we know that in our communities right now, what needs to happen is they need this information. They need the quick information to be able to take steps themselves. Those information has been hidden from them. And what we are trying to do is to make them aware of those information so they can take steps to free themselves from the bondage that we are in. So let me just put this as so I'm going to put it here. I want 2 more. So let me just put it here. So I'll put it here. So you see come up now. Give me a minute, please. I do apologize. The voice was not there. We'll be back later on if I have to go off. So here is now one. You will see this one coming up now. And I want you to see this one coming up. Section 33. It's going to be in Yoruba language. So what I will do, in fact, I might do it both. So I will do both. So let me see if I can. I'm going to do it in Yoruba first, because I want you to see it. And then you can then take action with it in our communities. So that will empower our people to know that there are things they can do to protect themselves. Because many people now, they when the army comes, they still, they're panic. Oh goodness, God help me. But they forget that the Constitution actually, there are things within it that you can use to say, look, this is not right. I have a right to life and you cannot touch me. And you can use that to defend yourself. The actions you take it will matter in that basis. So, àpẹẹrẹ irú nǹkan báyìí mo fẹ́ fi hàn wá, ẹ má bínú, mo kàn fẹ́ sáré mo ń ṣe àwọn kankan ni ó máa jáde ńsìn. So ẹ máa rí tó máa jáde ńsìn. So you will see it come up, but I'm trying to align it in such a way that when you see it, you can make sense of it, because it's important to understand what is being done. Right now, many of us are just seeing that, nobody's protecting you and everything else. And that is what is happening. That is indeed what is happening. That is indeed exactly what is happening. We're not being protected. So now, let me do this and then drop that down. Now I can now bring it out. So let's do this one here. So just give me a minute to, I'm doing it as I speak to you because we need those kind of information. It's not good enough to just talk alone. We need those information so that our people can take the steps to protect themselves. So here we go. So now, here is one thing that I want to show you quickly, if I may. Let me show you this one here. Now, I'm going to translate this straight away. It'll come up. So now, stop share for a minute. Let's share this one. Oh, hello, my brother. Hello, you back? Oh, okay. 1 minute, please. I've been trying to reach you. Hello, my brother. I've been trying to reach you, but I don't know if you went off. Are you okay? You good? Hello. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay, we'll carry on then. I was trying to do some more stuff, but obviously I've got more time. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to switch around. We've been waiting for the call back from my brother Mazi Aloze from My Pub Rapture, discussing about a range of issues. Let me take this opportunity to talk about the upcoming 14th and 15th of June protest in Brussels, for the joint protest from among Biafrans and Bazonians and Oduduwa and Middle Beltans to come out at the EU office on the 14th or 15th of June, whereby we're asking people to come to Brussels and protest that we, the people, indigenous people of that geographical location called Nigeria, we are going our own way. We are separating from contraption Nigeria. So join us on that protest as well. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Thank you very much. Go ahead. Yes. 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 Yes, it did. It did. Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to reach you for a while, but it didn't sort of connect. So I thought I'll leave it until you came back. So I'm still live as well here. So we can talk about it a lot. Now, yes. Okay. Now, okay, is that a call? Is that a call? Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, thank you. Go ahead. Hello. Yeah. Hmm. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, my brother. Yes, indeed. As you said, um, our unity is the goal. I have been saying it from day one, and I mentioned it at every opportunity. I'm on the platform doing our discussions on Hyper Bradshaw in association with Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I've always stated that our unity is sacrosanct. That is the only way. That is the route to our route to survival. If we believe that we are going to do this in isolation, we are killing ourselves. Middle Beltans, Biafrans, and Oduduwa will need to work together in unity. And it's very important that our people are aware of that. So, is that a call coming in? Hello? My brother? Okay. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Yes, we'll be doing that. So, yeah, of course. Like my brother said, it is very, very important that our unity we express it, and we should take steps. I take this opportunity to ask all of us now, on all platforms and all at all levels, we need to explore and ensure that the already open lines of discussion is already open, and we discuss it, because right now the lives of our people, whatever disagreement we may have, whether or not, oh, this and that, the lives of our people are being taken at an alarming rate. Please, I want to ask everybody, please, I've just done something now. I'm going to show it on the screen briefly. People, you may not be able to see to your end, but I'm going to show it briefly on the screen, this end here. And it's to make people know that one of the things that we've been saying, and I'll reiterate it again, is that you have a right to life. You know, you have a right to life. Section 33. What I've done, as I'm talking to you now, my brother, I've translated that one into Yoruba, because we need our communities to know this. Because oftentimes, the government, our people are so frightened of our government that they don't question, or they do not understand that within those fraudulent laws, there are still things they can use to empower themselves to protect their lives. So this, for example, the section 33, everybody has a right to life. I'm doing that in Yoruba. Let me just quickly translate that and I'll see what it means. Àwọn ìtumọ̀ òfin láti ìwé òfin rọ 1999. So we are translating from the fraudulent 1999 constitution. Ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan ló ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan kò ní ètò láti sorry, ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan ló ní ètò ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan ló ní ètò láti wà láyé. Kò sí ohun tí ó burú nínú ìwàláyé rẹ̀ àfi bí ó bá ti ṣe ìdájọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ nípa ọ̀daràn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí a ti rí pé ó jẹ̀bi ní Nàìjíríà. So basically, let me just translate that for those of you who are who might be following what we're doing now. It is just a loose translation of Section 33 of the 1999 Constitution, and it says here. Every person has a right to life, and no one shall be deprived intentionally of his life, save in execution of a sentence of a court in respect of which he or she has been found guilty in Nigeria. Now, what is the essence of me stating this now? The essence of this is that if you are not in a court of law for any crime that you committed in Nigeria, and somebody is trying to take your life, what I'm trying to tell you in our community right now is that you have a right to defend that life. You have a right to defend your life and those of your community. So the case of these people now coming into our community and killing us, if we have means and a plan in our communities as Yorubas, as Igbos, and Middle Beltons, whereby we start looking out for these people, if we see that they're coming for our lives, we have the right to protect our lives collectively in our community. And that is very important for people to know. Many people may not know, because when they see a man with a gun and they say, oh, how do we, what do we do? What do we do? We are forgetting that they've come into your community. Once you know that you have a right to life, you know within your community you can protect yourself. This is why this message is very, very, very important. So I'll stop there for now. Thank you very much, my brother. I hope people can find that useful. Hello? Somebody's calling, I think. Mazi, are you there? Yeah. Yeah. So let me. Yeah, very, very low. We can hardly hear you. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All hail Biafra. All hail the Dua. Thank you. All hail Biafra. Absolutely. Look, everything that has been said now, we have to leave no stone unturned. And at this point, this is why we are raising the alarm. When the killings are going on like this, I spoke to somebody this morning, and they said they were shocked that everything that's been happening in the northeast is now something that is happening in the southwest and increasingly in the southeast. And that is the problem, because these people have been and if you go and look at the people who are being killed in the southeast, I mean, in the northeast and the northwest and all of they are middle beltons. They are middle beltons. And this has been going on for a long time. The war, there's been a silent war that the Fulani government and the Fulani has been perfecting against the indigenous people. And why we must raise that alarm now loud is for the people themselves in those communities to defend them. Because it is now clear that the plan of the government is to, what's the word of it now? I'm trying to find the right word now. Is to absolve themselves of any blame, to what they call it again, repentance, to accept the claim of repentance from the terrorists who are killing indigenous people, and not only to accept to recruit them into our military. They are now going to the same communities and ruling over those communities and killing with impunity. So this is why our efforts right now is to make sure we raise the alarm for our communities to begin to know that there are steps that they can take themselves right now to halt, at least to slow down the rate at which the federal government, with its machinery of terrorists that they are paying with our own money, are taking over our land. So we can all play a part in this. But our communities on ground, we cannot leave them defenseless. We cannot leave them helpless. We have to leave them, give them some little light, chinks of light that they can use to rescue themselves and save their community. Because the survival of our indigenous communities is key to everything we're saying. The government is intent on wiping out indigenous people from our land. And we have to make sure that the people are aware of the steps they can take. They can only do that when they're working in unity, when they're aware that they can take steps to defend their lives. They have a right to life as stated under Section 33. And that right to life they can defend by any means necessary. Now, the next step, of course, is to now encourage as many of the of southern governors to enact the laws that will allow vigilante groups to be able to carry guns in our communities. Because right now, the people who are carrying guns are the terrorists. And the federal government is just saying they're condoling, they're not protecting. The government they're not lying about it. They're not protecting the indigenous people in any way, shape, or form. They're just saying, oh, we're sorry that you got killed. But there's no compensation paid to the family. There is no way of the arms of stopping the continued destruction of the farmers' land or paying them compensation or arming of the people. So however way you look at this, it is up to you and me to collectively work together to raise the awareness in our communities. Our community are the areas where our people must survive. It's essential, because you can see that the Tiv people have been displaced. 2 million displaced in their own land. They are now in IDP camps. They can't go back to their land. And if we start giving this kind of information where people can organize themselves, coordinate, and defend their lives and their land, using even the fraudulent constitution as well, then we can begin to halt this progress of the annihilation that they're trying to carry out. I hope that gives some clarity to what was said earlier on. Thank you very much. So, yeah. Aborigines, yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. It is. Yes. Yes. Then it is true. I mean, you're right. Look, there is no point in us looking to the UN to halt these killings, because they are part of the process. Gutierrez came to Nigeria and said, "Oh, we have to we have to be willing to to live and work together with the terrorists who are killing us. Those are the words he said, in effect, by saying to us, we need to accept that the Fulanese who have been brought into the country, they are part of us. And we have to, assimilate them. We have to work together and, in harmony. What kind of harmony? The people who are carrying the guns and killing the indigenous people, and you are telling us to work with them. What should I be telling them is that they should not be allowed. You should have been condemning the actions of the federal government in allowing non-indigenous people to come into our land. And the government are using the funds meant for our roads, our hospitals, our bridges, our schools to fund the terrorists killing us in our land. And that is the reality of what we face. And that is why we know that we are on our own. And the earlier that the communities know, again, we reiterate, every community needs to take action now to make sure that those in your community, the churches and the mosque, if there is no safety and security, don't go. Don't go to those areas. What we need to do now is, once we limit the killings, we now begin to carry out the process of defending our lives. And we are insisting that the governors, that they not just talk about, oh, they will fish out, they will get the people out there, because the only way that can happen is when the people in the community are allowed to defend themselves. As we speak now, the people have been allowed the access to things that they can use to protect and defend their lives. That can be possible if each of the governors in the southwest and the southeast and middle belt, minus of course Governor Benue, who's done that, whereby they enact laws to allow vigilantes to be able to carry arms in their community to protect themselves. That is not happening right now. And that is why we are urgently asking people to be aware of what is going on, and to make sure that you know that you have a right to life in your community. And that right to life means that you have every right to defend each and every life that the Fulanis are trying to take. Yes. Okay. Yes. Oh, one more thing. Thank you. Before I go, one more thing. Please, on June 12th, there is a rally that's going on. Peaceful protests are going on in Trafalgar Square in London. So, Biafran brothers, we will all be there. Yoruba people, Oduduwa people, Middle Beltans, and everybody else. I believe that there will be. I'm sure the Amazonians will be there as well. So we will all be there. Let us come out. We need to continue to speak about our right to self-determination. We are going. It's not a question of now. It's not a question of if now. It's now when we will separate from continental Nigeria, because continental Nigeria is a slave camp. I want to thank you all for taking the time to listen to myself and my brother Mazi Alozie about the big concerns that we have about the killings going on in our land. We must never relent. All hail Biafra, all hail Ududua, and we must go for self-determination. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye for now. We'll talk later. Thank you. Bye. Bye. So that was a broadcast that we were doing. So Emma Binu, I do apologize. The broadcast is slightly fluid. I was expecting my Biafran brother to call me and talk more about the broadcast, but we had a line break. So at that time, I now took the opportunity to go ahead and talk to you about recording the names of people who have been killed. So now that's fine, and this works neatly into it. This is something I will reiterate again. I'm going to say this in Yoruba, and I'll probably do it in English again. Let me do something here. I'll insert something here, and I'll try and show you. I'll do it two ways, because I want us to get this information, and it is very important that we try and get that information out and help us as much as we can. This is something I'm going to do quickly. You will see come up, but I wanted to quickly translate sections of the fraudulent 1999 Constitution. So, because it's important for us to use to explain and illustrate what we mean, the steps we can take in our own individual communities. I stated that on earlier on. I want to restate it again here. Let's see. The fraudulent 1999 Constitution. Because we wanted for people to be able to use it to defend themselves and to get the community to know that they have that right. They're not waiting for anybody. It's their right to life. So here we go. So I'm gonna just put that up here to help us in a way to illustrate the really important point that's been made here. So here we go. So let me just go back again. I'll show you the thing in Yoruba and then in English. So I just want to, it's very important that we do that, because sometimes it is better that this information is in a way that is not cluttered or anything. So now, so we'll go in here. Let me just see that shows you that. I'm going to go back up. No. Okay, here. Now, so now, here's what I want you to see. This is in English. This is the Nigerian Constitution in English. Right now, every community, I want to reiterate, every community, you must do something. Make sure that everybody knows that you have a right to life. And it says, every person has a right to life, and no one shall be deprived intentionally of his life, save in execution of the sentence of a court in respect of a criminal offense of which he has been found guilty in Nigeria. Now, the people that were killed yesterday did not commit any offense. They didn't. They just went to church, but they were killed. And that's the point. Now, what we are trying to do in every community, when you have those kind of attacks happening regularly, you need to know that you have a right to defend that life. And you have every right to protect yourself within your community. And that is why the community is important in all of this. Every community must know this, that you have the right to defend that right to life by making sure that your life, the life of not only yourself, but your community is taken. You make sure that no life is taken. And that means that you protect yourself by any means necessary. And that's what we're trying to say now. Every community. And you minimize the likelihood of people taking the lives when you know that you will vigorously defend your life. And that means that walking in the community, watching who's coming to your forest, who's coming out, who's coming into your area, to make sure, because your life is important. That is what we're trying to say. So this is very important for every community to please take that on, to begin to deal with the issue of the killings going on. If the churches cannot provide safety and security, or the mosque, don't go. And those areas, in fact, every community must make sure that if those areas are not, if the community cannot provide round-the-clock security in those areas, those buildings must be closed, because the lives of the people matter. Those buildings must be closed. So that's why we're saying this. So now we're going to translate it, go to Yoruba again. So it's Mason Yoruba saying, àwọn ìtumọ̀ òfin láti ìwé òfin rọ 1999. Ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan ló ní ètò láti wà láyé, kò sí ohun tó burú nínú ìwàláyé rẹ, àfi bí o bá ti ṣe ìdájọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ nípa ọ̀daràn, ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí a ti rí pé ó jẹ̀bi ní ilẹ̀ amúnisìn Nàìjíríà, jẹ̀bi ẹ̀jà. So now what we are saying, ìtumọ̀ yẹn ni pé gbogbo wa a ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti wà láyé. Kò sí ẹnìkankan tó ní agbára láti gba ẹ̀mí wa. Torí náà gbogbo àwọn oníjàgídíjàgan tó ń wá sí àdúgbò wa tó ń gba ẹ̀mí wa báyìí, àwa ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti dáàbò bo ara wa. Torí náà ẹ jẹ́ kó mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká mọ̀ kíní, gbogbo abúlé ká mọ̀ pé ẹni tó bá wá gbógun tì wá ní abúlé wa, a gbọ́dọ̀ sá láti ṣètò pé ká dúró pé kó má ra ìdí ẹ̀mí èèyàn kankan nínú wa gbà. Ó ṣe pàtàkì, ó wà nínú ìwé òfin. Àmọ́ pé ìwé òfin rọ ni, àmọ́ mo fẹ́ kó fi yé wa pé a ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti jà padà. Torí púpọ̀ nínú wa a kàn sáré aláti ṣètò ní àwọn abúlé wa bá ṣe máa ṣètò ìdáàbòbò. Torí ìwé òfin fún wa ní agbára láti rí pé èèyàn kankan ò gba ẹ̀mí wa. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín, ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣe pàtàkì pé ká ṣe àlàyé yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn fún wa. Torí àkàn lè máa sáré aláti dúró, ilẹ̀ wa láwà, àwọn àjèjì yẹn lọ́n wá gba nǹkan mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Ẹ má bínú. Sorry. So I was trying to change something and I called by accident. So let me just do this. So mo kàn fẹ́ fi nǹkan kan hàn wá náà ni mo kàn ń yẹ àwọn nǹkan kan wò ni. So ó ṣe pàtàkì ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ń wò yìí. Ó dẹ̀ tọ́ mọ́ nǹkan tá à ń sọ yẹn. Àsìkò yìí a tún máa mẹ́nu bà ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ti gómìnà, a dẹ̀ máa sọ àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan lórí yẹn náà. Mo fẹ́ kàn fẹ́ yẹ nǹkan kan wò ni kí ni pé ó bá mu bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò. Ẹ má bínú. Hello. Yeah, I am live right now. I am on live call and I pressed the button by accident. Unless you want to join in, but I'm on a live broadcast right now and I pressed the button by accident. I was trying to find something. So So hello. So I'll be in touch later on. But we'll talk later. So I'm on a live broadcast right now. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye. So now what I wanted to do was to just check. Mo kàn fẹ́ rí pé kíní yẹn pé gbogbo wa ń rí. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa pé wọ́n ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti dáàbò bo ẹ̀mí wọn báyìí o. Wọ́n ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti dáàbò bo ẹ̀mí wọn báyìí. Ó ṣe pàtàkì gidi gan ni. Wọ́n ò dídì gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí sókè pé kí gbogbo wa ká lè rí. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín. Nínú ìwé òfin rọ̀ yẹn, a ní ẹ̀tọ́ pé ká tẹ̀ kìdẹ́ ṣe ìwé òfin yẹn nìkan ní gbogbo àgbáyé gbogbo èèyàn ló ní ẹ̀tọ́ sí láti wà láyé. Èèyàn kankan wọn ní agbára láti gba ẹ̀mí wa. Gbogbo adẹ ní agbára láti sa gbogbo ipá wa káwọn pé wọn gba ẹ̀mí èèyàn kan ṣoṣo ní wa. Torí àwọn àjèjì làwọn ará bíi wọ́n wá sílẹ̀ wa ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ̀ sí ní ṣètò ká bẹ̀ sí ní dáàbò bora wa ní àwọn àgbègbè wa abúlé wa o gbogbo ìgbèríko abúlé ilé ìpínlẹ̀ gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ wa báyìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kó tó gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa létí irú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ló yẹ ká máa gbọ́ kí àwọn èèyàn wa kán lè sọ jí ká lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tá láti dáàbò bo ara wa torí a mọ̀ pé ìjọba tó wà ń bẹ̀ ń sìn ìjọba apààyàn ni wọ́n fẹ́ pa wá kán gbalẹ̀ wa ni ẹ jẹ́ kí ó yé àwọn èèyàn wa ó ṣe pàtàkì a lè máa sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ sìn àwọn ìjọba tó wà ń bẹ̀ ń sìn ó yẹ kán gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ó yẹ kí àwọn ìjọba àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ mẹ́jẹ̀jọ kán gbé ìgbésẹ̀ kó yẹ wá jẹ́ pé gbogbo àwa ọmọ ìlú ní àwọn abúlé ní kọ̀ọ̀kan abúlé kọ̀ọ̀kan ó yẹ kán ní ètò tẹ́ pé ìjọba àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ mẹ́jẹ̀jọ yẹn wọ́n máa ti ṣètò pé wọ́n á lè fi àwọn kankan tó wọn lọ́wọ́ tó máa fi ṣe ìdáàbòbò ní gbogbo abúlé wọn ní o àdúgbò wọn ní o bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn àmọ́ wọn ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n kàn sọ fún mi pé àwọn á ṣe àwọn tó ń kówó fún yín pé kẹ́ ẹ dìbò fáwọn wọn ò pèsè ìdáàbòbò fún yín kẹwàá láyé ẹ jẹ́ ti sọ́lẹ̀ kọ sí àwọn tó ń fẹ́ wá kówó fún yín tó ń fẹ́ kó rẹ̀sì fún yín tó ń fẹ́ kó aṣọ fún yín pé kẹ́ dìbò fáwọn ìdìbò ẹni tó bá wà láyé lórí ìdìbò ẹ wò ó ẹ jẹ́ òye wa ẹ jẹ́ kí a sọ fún wọn pé àṣẹ mọ́ àwa ń lọ ìdìbò ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti kọjá ìdìbò àwọn àjèjì wa gbógun tiwa nínú ilẹ̀ tiwa àwọn àjèjì wọn wá gbé ogun tiwa ní orí ilẹ̀ tiwa ẹ jẹ́ òye wa ó dẹ̀ ṣe pàtàkì kí a ṣe àwọn ètò yẹn èmi ò ní mo fẹ́ kó yé wa ní gbogbo alápapọ̀ pé ìgbésẹ̀ yìí ṣe pàtàkì mo kàn fi eléyìí ṣe àpẹẹrẹ ń sìn ní pé kó yé wa ọ̀rọ̀ yìí pàtàkì jùlọ ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan ló ní ètò láti wà láyé kò sí ohun tí ó sọ pé kò sí ohun tó sọ kò sí ohun tó burú nínú kò sí ohun tó burú nínú ìwàláyé àfi bí ó bá ti ṣe ìdájọ́ bí ó bá ti ṣe ìdájọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ nípa ọ̀daràn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí a ti rí pé ó jẹ̀bi ní Nàìjíríà so ẹjọ́ eléyìí tí mo fẹ́ sọ sìn ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa eléyìí máa kọ yẹn sìn mo kàn fẹ́ fi nǹkan kan kún bẹ̀ yẹn ni torí mo fẹ́ kó yé wa dáadáa ẹ jẹ́ kí a sowọ́pọ̀ kí a ìdáàbòbò fún ẹ̀mí wa ẹjọ́ nǹkan fẹ́ kọ́ ẹ̀ mẹ́rin fún ẹ̀mí wa lápapọ̀ ní lápapọ̀ so mo kàn máa yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn mo fẹ́ kó yàtọ̀ díẹ̀ so kẹ́ lè mọ̀ pé àbá náà ni so n ta sọ́ọ̀sì náà nìyẹn tẹ́ bá fi máa pípa àwọn èèyàn wa so ó ṣe pàtàkì so we have a right to life and we must defend that life. And we want every governor to protect those lives for us. The governors must protect us. Okay, I see what I've done there. I will change that in a minute. I'm not worried. I was so busy fixing this, I didn't see that. Yeah, okay. So, mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́rí náà ni. So, mo fẹ́ kó ṣe pàtàkì tẹ́ bá táwọn èèyàn bá rí ẹ̀rí irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ lè fi sórí àwòrán fáwọn èèyàn wa kán lè rí so kán mọ̀ pé ẹ̀tọ́ wa ní kínní kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé bóyá wọn kò sọ àníyàn nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn ó ṣe pàtàkì gan ni ẹ ṣeun gan ni mo dúpẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún ṣe báyìí náà mo fẹ́ di pé gbogbo ẹ̀ kó lè wọlé dáadáa because mi fẹ́ kí n kankan yẹ̀ nú ẹ̀ rárá ni mo ń bọ̀ mo fẹ́ kí ẹ rí fúnra yín ṣe ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn so now so ó ṣe pàtàkì bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn now mo máa padà síwájú mo fẹ́ lọ wá kinní kan fún mo fẹ́ mọ iye àwọn èèyàn tó pa ní Kwara lénìí ìyẹn náà ni mo fẹ́ ní lánàá so mo máa kọ yẹn náà sínú ti ìwé ti Kwara yẹn so a máa tẹ̀síwájú díẹ̀ àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ ń sìn ó ṣe pàtàkì mo fẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn wa ká mọ̀ pé ó wà ní ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn wà àwọn tó wà ń jọba ń sìn wọn ní ṣe kankan àwa la máa láti gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn àmọ́ mo fẹ́ àwọn tó máa sọ fún mi pé àwọn á ṣe ìjọba tó bá sọ fún mi pé àwọn máa mú àwọn tó ń pa wá kiri ẹ sọ fún wọn pé ẹbí wọn pé báwọn ṣe fẹ́ mú ẹnì kankan gbà tí wọn pèsè ìdáàbòbò ládùúgbò wọn ò dẹ̀ fún àwa ládùúgbò ní nǹkan láti fi dáàbòbò ara wa ẹ sọ fún wọn pé wọ́n tàn yín jẹ ni ẹ sọ fún wọn pé ẹ̀tàn ló bá dé ẹ sọ fún wọn pé ẹ̀tàn ni ẹ sọ pé ẹ gbà wọ́n gbọ́ so gbogbo àwa ń sìn pé ẹ̀yin lẹ máa gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti pèsè ìdáàbòbò pé ẹ nígbàgbọ́ nú ọ̀rọ̀ wọn pé wọ́n ti kó yín síwájú ewu nǹkan táyé ká máa sọ fún wọn nìyẹn sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn yín ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn now mo fẹ́ wá kinní kan kí n kan fi wá Kwara so mo máa padà sí ibẹ̀ yẹn sìn yàn so nǹkan tí mo Kwara mi tiẹ̀ fẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tọkọ tí kò ní Kwara náà kò rà ní àwọn kan ní ibẹ̀ yẹn náà now so wọ́n ti pa àwọn kan o ní Kwara lánàá bá ṣe gbọ́ so yẹn náà mo fẹ́ fi tó wa létí kí n mọ àwọn tán pa ayẹyẹ àwọn tán pa síbẹ̀ máa kọ́ yẹn náà sínú ìwé sìn so they've killed people. The reason I'm trying to do all of this is to raise the level of awareness in our community that it is on you within the community. You have a role to play in the survival of not only yourself but your fellow community members. You have a role to play in providing safety and security not only yourself but your family, for your community members as well, because it's a community spirit that we need to put together. It is very, very important. And as you saw yesterday, the people are being killed, relentlessly by terrorists that are not from our part. But we need to work together. And anybody doing the killing, it's wrong to take a life, and we should reject it. It is wrong to take any life. Let me just see if I can find this to you. So let me just say, I'm just trying to check something here. Sorry about that. So this is what happened yesterday. So cancel. So let me just check one more thing. I want to make sure that we have this latest information, because it is quite sad that we are in a situation like this. But I'm going to check how many people were killed in Kwara yesterday, because I saw it yesterday, and it is so sad. It is so sad. I tell you, it is really, really sad. Let me see if I can get that one there. I don't think I have it here. So I want to just check that. So, but anyway, so I'm going to show you one video now. And this is why we know that we cannot trust anybody. People are reduced to begging and saying, God, and praying. And what we need is action. Yes, you can pray, but we need to take action to protect our lives. And that's what we are here to do. I mean, look at people. I mean, beautiful young girl lying on the floor, lifeless, because of Fulani terrorists. And that life should be protected in our communities. All of us must do that. Every community must get about protecting. This is not about just talking, but taking action. What steps? I'm giving you the quotation within the Constitution that you can use to protect yourself. So let's go back down. Let me just go back here quickly. Is that one there? Yeah. Here we are. Let me just see if I can do that. So what you have is the translation of the section of the following 1999 Constitution. Again, this is the translation. This is the original document, and this is translation. To make people to understand, we need to share this in our communities to make sure that our people wake up. You can use those kind of things to know that within your community, if anybody comes into your community and they're not part of your community and they're trying to take your life, you can work together to take their life. Take their life instead of them taking yours. You need to empower yourselves, and that is important to know right now. Right now. So that's what I'm trying to empower us to do, and to wake up from this inertia that we have no power. We can't do anything. There's a lot we can do, and I'm trying to hopefully wake us up to be able to take that collective action. There is something else I'm trying to find here for you, and I wanted to see it. So let me see if I can find that. But like I said, it is important that we continue to raise the level of awareness in our communities, that in the end, each community must defend its right to life. Each community must defend their collective right to life. If you wait for anybody, if you wait for any governor to promise you they will defend you, they will kill you all in the spot. If you wait for any governor or anybody to tell you, to make you a promise that they will defend your life, no way. They will not do it. So we need you to begin to realize that the urgency of the situation is that you need to protect your life. And that means taking steps. So let me just put here Quara. Let me just see. I want to just see if I've got that one. So here we go. Just trying to make sure people understand what we're saying here, because it's very important. It's very, very important that we understand that we are under threat. Collectively, we are under threat, and we need to come together and work in our communities to protect those lives. Nobody else will do it for us. It is only us. The army is there to take your life. That is what they are there to do. It is as simple as that. And you need to wake up and know that no way are we going to accept this. It is when we work together, they will make it. They will know it's difficult for them to walk into our community. As it is now, because we're so busy feeling powerless, that they can take our life at a drop of a hat, and they need to suffer the consequences. So eléyìí tí wọ́n ṣe ìwọ̀n gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ gbé o, èyí tó ṣe ìwọ̀n gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ gbé o, èyí tó ṣe ìwọ̀n gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ gbé o, ntí wọ́n ṣe ìwọ̀n gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ gbé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn. Ní fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ lórí kínní, àti mọ aláti ṣe àwọn kankan mi dẹ̀ ní sọ ju yẹn lọ. Àwọn tí wọ́n mọ tán máa ṣe, wọ́n mọ tán máa ṣe, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ gbé. So these are things that we are saying to you all. So I wanted to see if I can find the number of people killed in Kwara State. So let me just see. I'll give you some more information on that. 1 minute now. Here we go. So Kwara State. 2 killed in Kwara State. Let me see. In Kwara State. So I want to get that up now. Kwara State. I'll bring that to you. I'm trying to put this into the schedule. 2 killed in Kwara State. Yeah, there we go. Is it? Yeah, 5 hours ago. You see now? You see? You see now? This is so many killings in Kwara State. I'm going to show you. You see? This is yesterday. This is yesterday. I'm going to put it in. You see? Gunmen have killed 2 passengers while abducting several in other attacks on an 18-seater bus in Ekiti, local government area of Kwara State. You see that? You see that? Now I'm going to put that in the schedule, in the thing that I'm doing. I'm going to show that now. Here we go. So I'm going to go and put that here. Kwara State, 2 killed. So we're going to put 2 killed in what area now? I want to see what area. Ekiti local government. You see? Kwara State. So local government area is Ekiti. So we're going to put it there, copy. So this is what we want to start doing, is start doing this like this. Paste. So I'm going to be putting all of this here. Ekiti. Okay? Unknown. Unidentified is even better. I'll put you unidentified. So yesterday, we put the date in. There are more killings that I'm going to... It's so many killings going on. We can't even record all of it. So put the date again. 5-06-. These are things that we should do. I'm hoping that we can build this together, because we cannot just stand there. You know, we need to record this so that we will recommend for we don't know the sex. So we're just going to put Ekiti, you know. So that's Kwara State now. So state, Kwara State. All of this is in, you know, we know it's Kwara, but put it down, and so we can, in terms of our breakdown of things, it might be helpful for that, for data sourcing later on. But for now, Ekiti. So now, what area? Ekiti, several, police confirmed Obo Ayegunle Osi Road. So let me go put that down there, copy. So we know how to put the location. Yeah. So here we go, paste. So this is going to be, these are what we should be doing. So they were gunmen have killed. So gunmen. So we're going to put what they call gunmen, but we know that they are terrorists. So paste. So let's just put all of that there. Take that away. So bold. So I mean, these are what is going on. I'm going to play you a video of Ashiwaju going to Ekiti and trying to talk and everything else. And all of this is to make you know that they are just, these guys don't care. They don't care at all. They really do not care. They don't care. So I'm putting down the, all of this to keep information, to keep this information for us safe. So we need this information kept so that for later on, we can track these things ourselves. We must do this selflessly, because the killings that are going on here is horrendous. It is horrendous. So please, as you're watching this, let me see if I can, oh, my face is over there. I just want you to see what is being done. We need to take steps like this. So that's Kwara State. Now let me see. I think there was more killings in in Kwara State days before, because it's madness. So I saw something here that I saw it before. They said here 5 hours ago. Let me just see. 5 hours ago again, 2 killed in Kwara. You see, 5 hours. 5 hours. Daily Trust. So let's see what the one is called. Let me see if this one is. Let me see. It's the same one. I want to check if it's the same one, because we don't want to duplicate what is being done. We want to make sure that this is makes sense. We cannot trust anybody like Tinubu or whatever on what they say, because these guys don't care about your life. It's us that we must do this. Let me get you Governor Otom. Legalizes vigilantes. So let me put it here. You will see that, and I'll play that, and you can see. So now, because that's what we want in each of the states. Governor Otom legalizes vigilante. Governor Otom legalizes to bear arms. Governor Otom allows. Yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna play it for you. My play for you. So. Let me see if I can find it now. I'm trying to find it now. So this was 1 year ago, but now he's actually allowed it. Yeah, here we go.
I'm going to show you why it's hard to shrink in a large problem.
So here we go. So I want you to look at this. So I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. Stop sharing. And you will hear this yourself, because I want you to hear it yourself. That's what we want to hear from each of the states. Yeah? Watch this now. Watch you.
The space of insecurity across the country with security.
Now.
Following the increasing space of insecurity across the country with security operatives overstretched, the Benue State Governor Samuel Otom has enjoined residents to rise up to the occasion by using any form of legal weapon in self-defense, no matter how local.
There you go.
Otom, who made the call in Makurdi, the state capital, insists that the days of running helter-skelter and being intimidated
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
A burning issue of national concern is the steady decline in security, which naturally takes front burner of discussions in any gathering.
You proscribe IPOP. Within IPOP did not kill anybody until that time. IPOP shot no gun, and IPOP was proscribed.
Defend yourself.
Group. Now these people are taking sophisticated weapons. They are all over the country. Until this moment, the Fulani killer headsmen have not been proscribed as a terrorist group. And they are the worst terrorist group on earth. So it means that if you are silent over evil, you are part of the evil.
For everyone who is a Benue man or woman, women, for this reason, as the governor of Benue State, I have upgraded women to be men in Benue State. So every woman in Benue State, take the weapon that you can confront our enemies, wherever they are. Bring your AK-47. We'll bring our own locally lawful arrows and spears and cutlasses and this thing, and deal with the situation.
He agreed with the Christian leader that it was high time to fight for the soul of the country.
There was time for killing, but the time for killing have gone. Today it is time to live and to walk, to exercise our faith and fight for the soul of our state and the soul of our nation.
Otom, who declared war on his state's assailants Thursday during an expanded stakeholders meeting, insists that the days of surrendering to bandits are over.
So no more crying again. We're not crying.
Dofan Aga, AIT News.
There you go. Let me play again.
Following the increasing space of insecurity
again,
across the country with security operatives overstretched, the Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom has enjoined residents to rise up to the occasion by using any form of legal weapon in self-defense, no matter how local. Ortom, who made the call in Makurdi, the state capital, insists that the days of running helter-skelter and being intimidated have passed.
A burning issue of national concern is the steady decline in security, which naturally takes front burner of discussions in any gathering.
You proscribe IPOP. Within IPOP did not kill anybody until that time. IPOP shot no gun. And IPOP was proscribed as a terrorist group. Now these people are taking sophisticated weapons. They are all over the country. Until this moment, the Fulani killer headsmen have not been proscribed as a terrorist group. And they are the worst terrorist group on earth. So it means that if you are silent over evil, you are part of the evil.
For everyone who is a Benue man or woman, women, for this reason, as the governor of Benue State, I have upgraded women to be men in Benue State. So every woman in Benue State, take the weapon that you can confront our enemies, wherever they are. Bring your AK-47. We'll bring our own locally lawful arrows and spears and cutlasses and this thing, and deal with the situation.
He agreed with the Christian leader that it was high time to fight for the soul of the country.
There was time for killing, but the time for killing have gone. Today it is time to live and to walk, to exercise our faith and fight for the soul of our state and the soul of our nation.
Otom, who declared war on his state's assailants Thursday during an expanded stakeholders meeting, insists that the days of surrendering to bandits are over.
So no more crying again. We're not crying.
Dofan Aga, AIT News.
There you go. So that is what I want us to get from this. There's another one I want to show you, and I want you to listen to this from beginning to end. Listen to this. We need to be doing this. I'm trying to wake you up. Your governors are not doing it. We need to protect ourselves.
Sunday evening in Ikeja, one of the local government areas where commercial...
So let's go here now.
People by armed herdsmen militia. This adoption.
Let me just go ahead now.
In Benue State, the government has adopted the use of the state volunteer guards to complement efforts of the security agencies in the state towards stopping renewed attacks on its people by armed herdsmen militia. This adoption was announced after the stakeholders security meeting, which held at the government house in Makurdi. Maiwa Okwato reports.
Seeking solution that will bring relative peace to parts of the state has been the primary focus of Benue State government in recent times. The state stakeholders security meeting acknowledges that in the face of banditry, kidnapping, herdsmen attack and other crimes, the security agencies have done well. But it feels that renewed attacks on the people by armed herdsmen have overstretched the security agencies in the state. The state government is now prepared to fully enforce the law providing for the establishment of community volunteer guards, which was enacted in the year 2000.
It was enacted in the year 2000. So we have looked at the provisions, and there are windows there that we can exploit to help us reduce the level of attack on us here in Benue State. And so this stakeholders meeting have decided to adopt the volunteer community guards.
The recruitment of the vigilante will be carried out in the 23 local government area. The state governor emphasized the need for all key players to join hands in tackling insecurity in the state, devoid of political, religious, or ethnic sentiments.
The chairman of the council will be the chairman of the volunteer guard. The DPO of every local government will be a member. The DSS representative will be a member. The second class chief will be a member. The third class chief will be a member. And all the 4th class chiefs in each local government will be members.
Stakeholders at the meeting also passed a vote of confidence in Governor Samuel Otom for his untiring efforts to ensure the security of lives and property. They recognize that the governor has demonstrated true leadership qualities and has risked his life in the interest of the people.
Your Excellency, we want to thank you and want to tell you that we are behind you. We will continue being behind you. And if we do anything outside what you are doing now, very many of us will not be happy with you because we were the ones that asked you to sign the bill. So the bill is for us, and we are happy about it. We want to tell you that you are doing very well, and we have passed vote of confidence on you today.
The motion for the vote of confidence on the governor was moved by the leader of the three main socio-cultural organizations in Benue State, Mayowa Okwato, TV.
So now, the reason I'm showing you all this is that there is something that can be done. There is something that can be done, and we need to go to this. We defend ourselves. You heard him say, defend yourself by any means necessary. The governor of Autumn, Governor Autumn. Why are the Yoruba governors not saying it? But if they're not saying it, you're hearing it now. Don't wait for them. Start taking action. Defend yourself by any means necessary. By any means necessary. Now let me go back. I want to go and find something for you to look at, to listen to now. Here.
Crimes. The security agencies have done well. But it feels that renewed attacks on the people by armed herdsmen have overstretched the security agencies in the state. The state government is now prepared to fully enforce the law, providing for the establishment of community volunteer guards, which was enacted in the year 2000.
It was enacted in the year 2000.
Okay, now I'm going to find out. It was enacted in the year 2000, right? Community volunteer guard, enacted in the year 2000. Let's go and find it. The point of, I'm trying to show that these are the things that we can expose the fraud of our governance. Community volunteer guard, yeah? This stuff, this is communities volunteer guard. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just enacted year 2000. This is a basis upon which we expect all the other governors to take place. Now, yeah. Now, I'm trying to find the words. Now, why I'm doing all of this, why I'm taking the time to go through all this, is to make sure that we understand that there are steps we can take. You have a right to defend yourself. You have a right to life. And this guy, nobody should take your life. And we've explained that to you in a lot of ways. So now, So I'm trying to show you the section that it relates to. So let me see if I can get this right. It's there. So let me just put so amended Community Volunteers Act. It was done in 2021. Okay, so now let me just put that down. I want to make sure we have the right wording and everything in there, then I'll bring it to you. So let's go and look at this. I want to make sure that this is, yeah. So I want to read it to you. Okay? So here we are. We don't want so it says here, Governor Autumn, Benue governor set to sign amended law. This was back in October 2021. Sign amended law on community volunteer guards. Benue State Governor Autumn will on Tuesday, 26th October 2021, assent to the amended community volunteer guard law of the state. Governor Tom disclosed this on Saturday, NKST Church, Jakarta, Kwande local government area, during the wedding between former Miss Sandra Ngwavese Oban and Master Desmond Mbehena Mhembana Anza. Recall that this law was passed in the year 2000 by the Benue State House of Assembly and assented to by then Governor George Akume. So this is a law that was passed in the Benue State Assembly by George Akume in year 2000. Governor Tom explained that the amended law, when assented to, would enable community volunteer guards to be equipped with legal weapons recognized by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to assist conventional security agents to fight crime and terrorist activities. Autumn, while lamenting the previous calls and appeals to federal government to declare killer headmen as terrorists, fell on deaf ears, regretted that the activities of militia headmen were worse and compared with other groups that had already been proscribed by federal government. He acknowledged the support of the church to the administration through prayers and counsel, saying it has guided him greatly in administering the state through thick and thin. So why am I bringing this together? The reason I'm bringing all of this to our attention is to make us know that there are things that can be done. The governors, Akeredolu, we don't want talk. It's action. Equip every community. The only people that can defend your life is yourself. In our community, that is the reality. That is the reality that that we face. And I want us all to really begin to understand that the fraud that we call a governance, they're not interested in putting this together at all. Now we are hearing some talk about from Oshibajo. I wonder what he's going to say. Let me just see what that says. I don't know if he's going to say anything in particular, but I'll just, so I'm just bringing it to our attention that there is a law. You see, we're not interested in anybody going to see anybody in the hospital. We want people to be protected in your community. If the church does not provide you safety and security, don't go. Enjoy my law. Please don't go. And that is what we're trying to tell people. We have to be aware. We need now is past talking, it's action. And every community has to be involved in this. You need to save your lives in your community. We are under attack. A war has been declared on Yorubas and Igbos. A war has been declared on Yoruba and Igbos. And I want us all to don't be quiet. Do not, So we must share this broadcast. This is very important message we're sharing here. You can see that we're putting as much information before you so that you can take steps in your community. Go and the governor, every state, without question, every state in the Middle Belt and the South must have this law in all of the state assemblies. They should be doing this. If the state assembly are telling you we will protect you and they don't do this, they are lying to you. You have the blueprint here. You see? Assented. The first law passed in year 2000. The law was passed. And what's the law? The law means that they are sent to amend the Community Volunteer Guards law of the state. You see? They're sent to the amended Community Volunteer Guards law of the state. Each state should enact this with immediate, with immediate urgency right now, with immediate effect. Immediate effect, no question. Each of the states in the Middle Belt and the South need to enact this. And I wait to see which state is going to come out and enact this. Because if they don't enact this, they are just talking nonsense. They are lying to you. I am bringing this to your attention so there are things that we can do. And I will come back and talk about this. We will keep watching out. How many states? But in the meantime, you protect yourself. Because let me show you something here. I want to show you what he said here. If I can find it. Is that it? No. Listen to this bit again. I want you to listen to what he said here.
The state volunteer guards to complement efforts of the security.
Listen.
In Benue State, the government has adopted the use of the state volunteer guards to complement efforts of the security agencies in the state towards stopping renewed attacks on its people by armed herdsmen militia. This adoption was announced after the stakeholders security meeting, which held at the government house in Makurdi. Mayowa Okwato reports.
Seeking solution that will bring relative peace to parts of the state has been the primary focus of Benue State government in recent times. The state stakeholders security meeting acknowledges that in the face of banditry, kidnapping, herdsmen attack and other crimes, the security agencies have done well. But it feels that renewed attacks on the people by armed herdsmen have overstretched the security agencies in the state. The state government is now prepared to fully enforce the law, providing for the establishment of community volunteer guards, which was enacted in the year 2000.
It was enacted in the year 2000. So we have looked at the provisions, and there are windows there that we can exploit to help us reduce the level of attack on us here in Benue State. And so this stakeholders meeting have decided to adopt the volunteer community guards.
The recruitment of the vigilante will be carried out in the 23 local government area. The state governor emphasized the need for all key players to join hands in tackling insecurity in the state, devoid of political, religious, or ethnic sentiments.
The chairman of the council will be the chairman of the volunteer guard. The DPO of every local government will be a member. The DSS representative will be a member. The second class chief will be a member. The third class chief will be a member. And all the 4th class chiefs in each local government will be members.
Stakeholders at the meeting also passed a vote of confidence in Governor Samuel Otom for his untiring efforts to ensure the security of lives and property. They recognize that the governor has demonstrated true leadership qualities and has risked his life in the interest of the people.
For Your Excellency, we want to thank you and want to tell you that we are behind you. We will continue being behind you. And if you do anything outside what you are doing now, very many of us will not be happy with you because we were the ones that asked you to sign the bill. So the bill is for us, and we are happy about it. We want to tell you that you are doing very well, and we have passed vote of confidence on you today.
The motion for the vote of confidence on the governor was moved by the leader of the 3 main socio-cultural organizations in Benue State. Mayowa Okwato, TVC News.
So we are just, I just wanted to just bring that to your attention so we can see what is being done. The reason I'm doing all of this, I'm playing this one to you one more time.
Have you heard of this powerful 10-second ritual that can shrink your enlarged prostate overnight?
Sorry about that. So now I'm just trying to bring it to your attention so that we know what is being done and the steps that we can take ourselves. We cannot be allowed to we cannot allow these people to continue to oppress and suppress us in our land. So we must take steps collectively ourselves. And I'm trying to let us know that the community volunteer guards law, is something that every state must take and must adopt right now. So let me just do something quickly. 1 second. So 1 minute. I'm just writing this one. So I'm just gonna Benue State must be implemented, adopted immediately. So I'm just putting that down immediately, so that we need people to. We don't want to just hear talk. We want action. We don't want them to come and be giving us excuses and talk. They will come and say, "Oh, condole." Condole, it means nothing. Stop the killing is what we want. Stop the killings, and the action you need to take is such as we're highlighting here. So let me pull that up. 1 second. Now, let me see. Is that it there? No, it's this one. Okay, I think, yeah, here we go. So now, let me just show you the one that we're talking about now. So let me put Governor Akume. I want to make sure that there's no excuse for any governor. Oh, I didn't know about it. So I'm putting it out here and I'll put it on the page. Then I will play something and I'll be for you to listen to for a bit whilst I'll just quickly go and I'll be back shortly. Let me just see. So Governor Tom has done the right thing and we need to adopt that. Let me see. Here we are. Okay. So this is, I'm pointing you in the right direction now. Every governor in the South, except for Governor Tom, who's done the right thing, obviously. So now, that is the law that you need to look at. Every state governor, make sure every state governor gets this. This is what every governor should take home. You see? Let's put this here. So I'm going to put that up. You will see it come up on the page briefly. Sorry. So see, attention to all state governors. Sign the Community Volunteer Guards Law, like the one in the Benue State. It must be adopted. Let me just quickly make a change to that. It must be adopted immediately. Not adopted. It must be signed into law immediately. Let me just make a change to that quickly, please. Beg your pardon. Okay, so now, attention to all state governors. Okay, sign the Community Volunteer Guards Law, like the one in Benue State. It must be signed immediately, not adopted. It must be signed immediately. It must be signed into law immediately. We're not talking about adopted. Signed into law immediately to save lives. To save lives, okay? So there we go. So I'm gonna put that there. So I'm putting it there so that we can all take action on this. It's very important that is taken on. We don't want any more excuses from these people. Now let's us hear. There's something I wanted to play earlier on that I want to play. Let me. 1 second, please. Not that one. Let me see if I can find that. So I'm bringing this here, and then I'll see if I can pull that up. Then we'll listen to it just to actually do and everything to make the excuse on the same thing that they're talking about. And now you'll hear. But all of them, all we're interested in is for them to take action to stop the killing of our people. But I will just give me a minute. That will just give me some time to get a few steps. 1 minute. Copy. So you'll see it come up in a minute because it was played earlier on, but I wanted to make sure we hear it. And so here is what he has to say. Let me see if so 1 second.
They didn't hear you.
They can't hear you.
Sir, this is the Reverend Father in charge.
Oh,
This is the Reverend Father in charge.
okay. No. I haven't.
Pray to God Almighty. Give you
Mama, please adjust. Mama.
Many preachers have been sending something through to George from renovation of this thing and rehabilitation of those who might have got injured or those parents. We do that. To pray that God will prevent this. Whatever we can push through the government for the further investigation and apprehension, we will do it. God will console all of you.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba.
Aṣíwájú, kí ni ọ̀rọ̀ yín fáwọn ọmọ ìlú Ọ̀wọ̀ lásìkò yìí?
Lásìkò yìí, ojú pé kò sí nǹkan tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Akọ́tán láti gbàmádùúrà nìkan má rí irú ẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹni tí ó dẹ̀ sọ ẹ̀mí tó pàdánù ẹbí Ọlọ́run á dúró tì wọ́n á dùn wọ́n nínú. Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ní information ní àsìkò yìí lórí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí kó má bẹ̀rù kó má mìíràn láti sọ fún àwọn ọlọ́pàá àbí ládùúgbò wọn. Wọ́n ní nǹkan tá a tún máa fún wọn ní nǹkan pé ìfọ̀rọ̀tónilétí. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká rírú ẹ̀ mọ́ ni. Tẹ́ àrírí ni but ó ti happen ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ náà àwọn ọlọ́mà ti jọba lẹ́yìn láti pawọ́pọ̀ ká lè mú àwọn tí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ bí èṣù ni wọ́n èṣù rẹ̀ ní ṣẹ́gun lórí wa ọlọ́run àgbà wa.
a ti ń gbọ́ ngbòrò wọn ní pé ti fún ìjọ yìí ní 50 million àti ní láwọn blọọkì kan lọ́sàn-án ìkẹ́ tó dé ń sìn a fẹ́ confam.
òótọ́ nìyẹn ẹ pé màá fún wọn ní 50 million and 50 million fún àwọn tí wọ́n ṣòfò ẹ̀mí ẹni tí ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ ni ẹni tí ìyá ẹ̀kọ́ ni ẹni tí ó farapa ni wọ́n fi ṣètọ́jú àwọn eléyìí tí church náà bá dẹ̀ tún lè ṣe nírànlọ́wọ́ máa ṣe òótọ́ ni ẹ̀.
ẹ ṣe.
So you all had that now.
Oh, what? Where then they? Student. Okay.
So you all had that now. He has given 50 million to the family, to the people who have been killed. We're not going to say no. We're not going to that's the least he could have done, and we're not going to say no, but that's still not going to stop the killings. It's not going to stop the killings. Now, what it's good. Don't but the thing is, these guys are not, they can't get away with this. Now, and we will say it again, that the lives of the people, they should have acted before this. They should have passed this law. Look, this law must be passed. This law. Sorry, beg your pardon. Let me just quickly make a change. I was a bit in a rush there. So let me just show you. I'll make the change to it. Here we go. So attention all state governors. Sign the community volunteer guards law. Like the one in Benue State. It must be signed into law immediately to save lives. So recall that the law was passed in the year 2000 by the Benue State House of Assembly and assented to by the then Governor George Akume. See that? That must be what they must do. Now, but anyway, so going back to what we're saying, I do apologize if I'm a little bit exercised about this, but I want us to really understand that all they're saying here is just a bunch of excuses that we mustn't accept. So I'm trying to bring this more to our attention. It's good that it's given 50 million, apparently say 50 million naira to the victims. But now, what they should do to stop the killings, the communities must be protected. They must be. Now, let's listen on.
BBC News Yorùbá ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́gbọ́n yẹn lẹ́nu Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu àwọn náà ti wá síbí lẹ́yìn tí gbákejì ààrẹ Ọ̀nàdìbàjọ lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n kúrò níbí Aṣíwájú náà ọkọ̀ tó gbé wọn wá náà ló ń lọ yẹn wọ́n ti wá sí ilé ìjọsìn yìí tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ lábí ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìlú Ọ̀wọ̀ ní ilé ìjọsìn St Francis Catholic Church ní Ọ̀wàlúwà bákan náà ni wọ́n tún sọ pé àwọn yóò fún àwọn ẹbí àwọn tó fara gbá ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí àwọn yóò fún wọn ní owó tí rẹ̀ tó 50 mílíọ̀nù.
So look now, can you see why this is important? You see, if you look, teba wo ibiti ewo sin ewo àwọn army àwọn ambe yẹn sin gbogbo church every single church must have this now. Every single church, every single mosque must have this. So that means that 50 million naira or whatever they are giving, every state must provide the law. Again, going back to this law here. You see, we are asking that the vigilante guards be allowed to have guns. That's what that means. Volunteer guards law. Like the one in Benue State. So I'm actually going to even break that down. Let me break that down even more for you. Because we need to be specific about what we are asking for. So that the message goes across and people do not sort of misconstrue it. But you can see, I will come back to that law in a bit more detail. But I want you to see that as the army men protecting around him, you know, and they're wearing masks. Can you see that? So anyway, let's carry on.
Naira bákan náà ni ohun tí wọ́n bá lè ṣe fún ilé ìjọsìn tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí ti wáyé ìyẹn níbi ilé ìjọsìn tí a wà yìí wípé àwọn yóò tún ṣe pẹ̀lú aṣáájú tó sọ wípé wọ́n ní kí gbogbo àwọn aráàlú tí wọ́n bá ní ọ̀rọ̀ kan tàbí méjì ìyẹn information tí wọ́n bá ń mọ̀ nípa àwọn tó wá ṣiṣẹ́ lábì yìí pé kí wọ́n fi tó iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá létí yàtọ̀ sí aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu nù rìbádù òun náà ó tún tẹ̀lé wọn wá síbí láti wá ṣe àbẹ̀wò síbí àwọn aráàlú wọn ti wà níta báyìí bíbà tí wọ́n ń kí aṣíwájú wípé ó wá yọjú sí ilé ìjọsìn yìí láti bá wọn kẹ́dùn lórí ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ẹ bá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa iléeṣẹ́ ìròyìn BBC News Yorùbá náà ni a wà yìí láti àná láti wà ní ìlú Ọ̀wọ̀ tí a ti ń fún yín ní ìròyìn tí a mú wá sí etí gbọ̀nyín àti ojú ìwòran yín nípa gbogbo ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé ìjọsìn St. Francis Anglican Church nípa ilé ìjọsìn nípa ìkọlù tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níbí nípa àwọn tí ó farapa àti dé ilé ìwòsàn àti bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ nílé ìwòsàn àwọn tí wọ́n farapa nínú ìkọlù náà àti bá wọn ní gbólóhùn pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹbí wọn àti bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tó jẹ́ ọmọ ìjọ tó wà nínú ìjọ lásìkò tí àwọn agbébọn yìí tán wá àti bá àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ bákan náà ni àti bá àwọn aráàlú sọ̀rọ̀ àti onírúurú àwọn tó wá bí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo Rotimi Akeredolu àwọn náà ti wá bí pẹ̀lú igbákejì wọn ti wá bí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Yẹmí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò igbákejì ààrẹ Nàìjíríà àwọn náà ti wá bí àwọn náà ti wá wọ́n ti sọ̀rọ̀ pé ìjọba wọn ò ní dákẹ́ wọn ò ní sùn àyàfi tí ọwọ́ bá tẹ àwọn tó ṣiṣẹ́ láabi yìí bákan náà ni ọ̀kan lára àwọn olùdíje ọ̀kan lára àwọn tó ń.
You see, all of this military, they should be around. Where were they? Bó làwọn ọlọ́pàá ìwà nígbà tó ń pa àwọn èèyàn wa. Bó làwọn àmì ìwà. These are the things we need them on ground. This is not about talking anymore now. Ṣíṣe ló kàn fún wa ń sìn.
Múra láti du ipò ààrẹ Nàìjíríà nínú ètò ìdìbò ọdún tó ń bọ̀. Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu àwọn náà ti wá wọ́n sọ wípé àwọn tí wọ́n ti ṣe àwọn ìlérí kan pé wọn ò ní dákẹ́ àyàfi tí wọ́n bá tẹ àwọn tí ó lọ́wọ́ nínú iṣẹ́ lábí BBC News Yorùbá.
So now ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ mú the other one tí mo fẹ́ fi hàn yín wá. There's one more tí mo fẹ́ fi hàn yín ìyẹn náà ti Tinubu ti Ọ̀ṣínbàjò gbogbo wọn ìtàn ló ń pa fún wa ìtàn they are just telling stories. We need enactment of the volunteer guard law. We need the enactment of the volunteer guard law now. Our people's lives are being taken like they're I mean, it's meaningless. No way. So now, here we go. Let me just do this now. Let me go and get you this now. So, now this is Ọ̀ṣínbàjò at the meeting. It's a bit skewed. They've turned it around. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Here we go. I'll see what I can do with it if I can. But I want you to see.
There are security challenges when there's trouble. We are the ones who must come together, not to fight, but to say our country can be better than this. Our country can improve. It is possible for our country to be better. Very possible. All that we are doing, all that we've been talking about, for instance, we're talking about devolution of power to the states. That the states should have more control over security. These are good things we must think about. There are things that we must talk about. But I'm saying to you that I come here not just on my own behalf, but on behalf of the president. We must look for ways of improving things. And all of us, especially young people who are here, we must agree to improve. We must agree to improve. The future belongs to us. And when I say us, not just young people, even those of us who are my age, the future is here already. It belongs to us. So let us be creative. Let's think of ways by which we can solve our problem. I can assure you that we will do everything not just to ensure that we deal with security in the forest. And we have been talking to Mr. Governor. but I will deal with security everywhere.
No.
There's nobody, there's no human being can go into that church and see what happened there and not be in jail. There's no way. Seeing what has happened there, there's no way. But the solution lies in what we do in the future. People get angry from now to tomorrow. They won't help. We will sit down and think, what do we do? How can we solve the problem?
I'm going to do something right now. As I'm talking, I'm going to put it across the screen because I want everybody to know this now.
In the Nigerian young people, we will eventually solve all of this problem, and all of us will. Again, let me just pray. I know this kind of thing will never happen. Anywhere else.
See, praying is not going to solve the problem. We're not interested in your prayers. We're not interested in your prayers. It's guns that the people will need to protect their lives.
Will help all of us. As I said to you, I have made you a promise. We will do everything to find those who are committed. But also to resolve issues of security as we go on. God bless you all.
Amen. Thank you. So that is the Vice President of Nigeria who just addressed the residents of Owo, and he's taking his leave. With him is the governor of Ondo State, Oluwarotimi Odunayo Akeredolu, the deputy governor, Ayedatiwa, and the monarch of Owo, Oba Gbadegesin III, Ogunye III. So the vice president has assured residents of the community that he would do everything within his power to make sure that those who perpetrated this evil act will be apprehended. So he's about taking his leave now. So the governor, the deputy governor, the Olowo of Owo, and some of the traditional rulers in Owo are currently with him, with the presence of security personnel, as you can see. So the vice president is departing from the palace now, as you can see. So that is it. So that is the latest information. Now the residents are already dispersing the premises of the palace with the entourage of the vice president following him. The vice president, the governor of the state, who is also from Owo, the deputy governor, and some other traditional rulers were in the community to sympathize with the residents of the community. So far away from me, I can see people at the Owo local government, popularly called Okemako. So the vice president and his entourage are leaving already. So like Punch reported earlier, schools were unable to open. This is the premises of Government Primary School 1, and as you can see, the gates are locked. So there is no presence of teachers, students, or pupils, as the case may be.
Yeah.
The same thing is applicable to every other schools in Owo. So far away from me, That is.
So we're gonna just leave that there. So 1 second, please. We're just trying to make some changes to things, and you can know what needs to be done. We want every state to take this action, and that's why we're putting it up here now. Every state. So it says here, sign the volunteer guards law. It's the community volunteer guards law. Sign it. Get them to take action on it. Because there are people that are being killed though. So let me just go back again. I don't want that there. So we're gonna leave that now. So now I want to show you one more thing before I go ahead. So we cannot leave this alone. We cannot leave this on, without taking action. Again, I want to reiterate. This is the law we're talking about. This is the law we're talking about. Our people, every state, everybody in every state, this is what you can do. And our communities, you can protect yourself. You see, it says here, the law will enable, listen now, let me read this to you. Governor Otom explained that the amended law, which when assented to, would enable the community volunteer guards to be equipped with legal weapons recognized by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to assist conventional security agents to fight crime and terrorist activities. So that is what I want to put out there. That's what I want to put out there. So let me put it out here now. So now, sorry about this. Just trying to make sure this makes sense. It will do in a minute. 1 minute. Okay, just go back for a minute. Okay, yeah, I wanted to make sure. Okay, now. So, now let me just put that up there. See, this is the bit I really want us all to take over. And we can take action as a group, as collectively. We can. So let me show you what I mean again. Here's what I mean. The section I read there is what I'm putting up here. So Governor Otom, now, he said, the words he said was, it's explained that the amended law, when assented to by each of the local state governments, would enable community volunteer guards to be equipped with legal weapons recognized by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to assist conventional security agents to fight crime and terrorist activities. And what we want to fight is terrorist activities. So that is very important. This, what you're seeing on the screen now, is something that we should really encourage others to take on. Okay, somebody wants to call in. Cadillac, okay. You can call in on +44 739 580 606. Let me just see if I can put that on other calls as well. If you want to call in, you can call in on +44. Let me see, +44 739 580 606. So +44. So I'll put that on there and I'll pin that. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube as ever. You know what to do. We really appreciate you. I mean, I am going to be, this broadcast is going to be going on for some time because I really want to make sure that we give the people, we all are able to participate in this. What we are looking at here, sorry about that. I'll do it again. I need to do it another way. I know what's happened. 1 second, please. I will do that. So just give me a minute. I'm going to put the number up there. You'll see come up in a minute. We need to make sure that our people are protected. You know, we have to make sure that our people are protected. So 1 minute, please. So that's what I want you to do. If you want to call in, you know. So when you secure the churches and mosques, then they will start going to the houses to kill people. Indeed. But this is what I mean. That's why we need to have a community. We need to, very good point, Kadelakta. But I'm just saying that to stop that. But now what we need to do is our community has to be protected. And that is why this law that we're talking about here, the law that was brought into law, the law that was passed in 2000 by Benue State House of Assembly and assented to by the then Governor George Akume, that law must be enacted upon. So if you want to call in on +44 739 580 606. Let's have a look at this now. I want to try and make sure that you can reach more people and we can talk about this because the killings it's horrifying. I don't know how else to look at it to say it. It is horrifying. It is totally sickening. So I'm gonna be leaving. I'll be finishing the broadcast on about 7 o'clock. So but I wanted to do this, and I'll be back later on because I think we have Oduduwati Radio presenter on here later on. But I want to make sure that the way is clear. But in the meantime, what I'm trying to do is to. I just want us to be able to. So now, let me read this again, recap. The best way for us now, every community must have protection. And we need the communities to have a discussion. Recall I had a discussion, a talk about whereby each of the communities could do the steps we can take. Now the killings has happened. What we need is this. We have to make sure that we enact the law that was first passed in the year 2000 by the Benue State House of Assembly and assented to by the then Governor George Akume. That law would enable the community volunteer guards to be equipped with legal weapons recognized by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to assist conventional security agents to fight crime and terrorist activities. So now we are going to do something now. As I'm doing that now, I'm going to endeavor to do this in Yoruba as well. Because some people may not understand what we're saying here and the significance of what we're saying here. So we're going to do this now. So here we go. So we're going to do this now. We're going to try and just get this right because it's very important that this is put out there. Copy. So now let's do that as we speak immediately. Not that one, is it? No, not that one. It's the other one. This one. Okay, good. So give me a minute. I'm just trying to get this because we mustn't relent. We cannot relent in any way at any point. We cannot relent at all. So now, beg your pardon. I don't know, it's gone a bit loud all of a sudden. So give me a minute, please. I'm just gonna try and attention now. Àkíyèsí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀nà ìpínlẹ̀ buwọlé àwọlé òfin olófin ààrẹ láwùjọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó gbọ́dọ̀ fọwọ́ sí òfin lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ láti gba ẹ̀mí là. Yes, very good. So that is actually, that translates exactly what I said above. And because I'm using kind of a translation software a little bit here to try and, but I also have to make changes to it myself if I don't feel it meets the right, does the job quite as intended. So now I check everything before I do it. So now let's go in here and we'll put that there. So now that is it there. Now let's just make sure this works fine. Is that where I think it should go? Try that one. That one. Okay. So then one more thing I'm gonna do is to make sure that works. Obviously, I want to make sure. Okay, now Emma Bino, please, I'm just making some adjustments as we speak, go along, and I want this to be in a language so that we understand it. I think we need to do more of this to make people know that there are things that they can do. Don't wait, and it's not about waiting anymore. We're trying to give information so you can act on that information as you get it. 1 second, please. I've just gone completely. I've lost my train of thought completely. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now to just check what I'm doing there again, it's not, I'm doing this on the fly as it were now, but I'm trying to, because it is the urgency of that situation is what is actually motivating the urgency as it were. But I'm trying to, let me try it again. Hopefully it will make sense. Let's do this for a second. Do this. Maybe I'll try this a little bit more. 1 second, please. Just want to make sure it's right. Then I can then let it go ahead. No. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and translate this as we speak now, because I want you to understand the importance of what we've just read now. So now, so let me just check that. 1 second. Well, let's be specific. Actually, I'm going to make it subtle change of all of Middle Belt and Southern governors. Middle Belt, yeah, because I don't, the other ones, and Southern, because we're not interested in what they do in the north. Middle Belt and Southern governors. So let's do this. Let's do this way now. Now try it again. Copy. 1 second, please. So just want to make sure I check that one finally. Sorry, I want to make sure it works. That's all. Just give me a minute. Sometimes you do have to just tweak a few things. That's why I'm doing that tweak now. So yes, now. So I'm gonna make that change now. Okay, so I think I've got it now. I think I've got it. So let's do this. Do it again. Okay. Wow. I'm just trying to check it. Then I can give you, because I want to translate it in Yoruba so that people can actually pick up what is being said here. Hello. Hello, caller. Yes. Hello. Yes. Good afternoon, my brother. Good afternoon to you. Ekason. Anki. Yes, Citizen AY speaking. Yes. Good afternoon to you, my brother. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I can hear you. I hear you loud and clear. Go ahead. Yes. Yes. Okay. Not too clear. Sorry? But we can't. Yes. We can't. Oh. We can't. These guys are intent on taking our land. Okay. Okay. What? Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. About 107 countries attended the summit. They all agreed to extinct humanity. So it was from the year 2020 that the agenda fully kicked in. Okay. 2020, I mean that is 2020, the agenda kicked in. Okay. Then they had, before then, they have planned to remove good luck before then. Because it's a long plan. So removing good luck, they have to put in someone that is going to make their agenda come to light. Okay. That is Buhari. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Why is what is the name of this man that came to Nigeria during the election of Buhari? He came to Nigeria, they removed Buhari, removed good luck and Buhari. Okay. Okay. I mean, we cannot rule any of this out. It's going to be sponsored by the British
Americans.
Mm-hmm.
This is a depopulation agenda. Yeah. So they have to depopulate the necessary countries before 2030.
Why?
When this war fully begins, the only way Nigerian civilians are going to win the government. There are so many things I cannot say online.
Yeah. We will.
The agenda 2030.
Yes.
Artificial intelligence is coming into place.
Okay.
They don't need humans. You have to research on that aspect. They don't need too much humans on this world.
Wow. Okay.
The war between the Russian and Ukraine is a scheme. It's a fake war. They have to reset this world. They don't need too much humans on this world. That is why you see self-driving cars. They don't need people to drive cars for them anymore. If you research right now, there are dolls that you can make love to. They don't need people.
Yeah.
They are okay, look at cooking now, cooking schools now. They have robots. All the chef have to do is to cook a particular meal in front of the robot just one time. And the next time the food is going to be cooked, it's going to be by a robot.
Well, none of this will surprise me, to be honest with you. Yeah. Well, there's always man proposes, and all of this. So I still believe that all of this. If it's true that those things, well, I mean, we as humans, we will continue to live, and they've tried all kinds of they've tried many things on Africans, so we know we're still standing. So I don't believe it will work. I don't believe it will work. I just don't. But we will continue to raise the alert, raise the awareness among our people. Yes, we have to. We cannot allow anything to paralyze you. You have to wake up and. Yeah. So, but I appreciate this call. Okay. Okay. Well, it's no. We fully understand what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. Listen, we got enough.
Too many countries are coming together.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this comment, man. I've saved your number down, so leave it. Good. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye now. I'm a brother. Thank you. Bye. So that's very interesting call. You cannot rule anything out. I don't rule anything out. But what I'm trying to do is right now, what we're faced with now, let's make sure we face that one. But the point is raised there. Those are things that will be happening. We know that there's been attempts to use AIDS, to use monkeypox, to use Ebola, to use everything to try to take out as many people as possible from the discussions. That's been done there. There's been so many different things, but none of it has succeeded, and it won't. And I believe that we as people in our own land, we're not going for anybody else. We're only talking about our people here, and we're focused on that. But others will plan everything else, and we will make sure that we continue just like our ancestors did. Our ancestors overcame, and we will overcome. I firmly believe that. Now, here. So I want to translate this in Yoruba for people who are watching this, so that you may be able to tell people about it. That àwọn gómìnà yín wọ́n ní àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tí wọ́n láti gbé. Kí ni àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn? Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí o, wọ́n láti pèsè àwọn nǹkan ìdáàbòbò fún gbogbo àdúgbò, ìgbèríko, abúlé ni o, ìpínlẹ̀ kékèké, àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ láti pèsè ẹ̀tọ́ iṣẹ́ wọn ni láti pèsè kìíní yẹn. Torí gómìnà àwọn ilẹ̀ Benue, Governor Otom, ó ti ṣe kìíní fún àwọn èèyàn tiẹ̀. So torí náà kò sí ọ̀rọ̀ pé bóyá kò ṣeé ṣe, ó ti ṣeé ṣe. Ó wá fẹ́ mọ̀ bóyá àwọn lè gbé, tí àwọn náà máa gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn ni a fẹ́ mọ̀. So ẹ jẹ́ ká kà báyìí. Ìgbésẹ̀ tí Governor Otom tó ṣe rèé o. Àkíyèsí gbogbo ìlú àárín àti àwọn gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ gúúsù. Ẹ buwọ́lù òfin ara ènìyàn láwùjọ bí èyí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Benue. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ buwọ́lé sí òfin lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ láti gba ẹ̀mí, ká sọ pé ká gba ẹ̀mí wa là. Ìtumọ̀ yẹn kò dánmọ́rán. àmọ́ ẹmọ tí mò ń sọ aláti fi ṣe ká fi pèsè ìdáàbòbò fáwọn èèyàn wa ni lórí òfin yẹn wọ́n á tẹ̀síwájú wọn ní ẹ rántí pé ní ọdún 2000 ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ gbé òfin náà yọ láti ọwọ́ ilẹ̀ ìgbìmọ̀ òfin aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Benue tí gómìnà George Akume sì fọwọ́ sí i. Gómìnà Otom ṣe àlàyé pé òfin tí a ṣe àtúnṣe nígbà tí ó bá gbà sí yóò jẹ́ kí àwọn èso ìyọ̀dà agbègbè ní ìpèsè pẹ̀lú àwọn ohun ìjà tí òfin tí a mọ̀ nípasẹ̀ ti Federal Republic of Nigeria láti ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún àwọn aṣojú ààbò déédéé láti kọjú ìwà ipá àti àwọn ìṣe apaniláyà tell me yẹn. So ìtumọ̀ yẹn ni pé òfin tí gómìnà Benue tó gbé wá yẹn tó mú wáyé yẹn òfin yẹn wọ́n pè ní volunteer ìtumọ̀ yẹn mo fẹ́ sọ lédè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì volunteer guard law kí wọ́n ti pè é jẹ́ kí n wò mo fẹ́ mu wọ́jà ṣe ẹ jẹ́ sáré wò fún yín mú bọ̀ máa padà sókè now just wanna go and have a look here ẹ fún mi ìṣẹ́jú kan mo fẹ́ túmọ̀ ẹ̀ ni now yes so ìtumọ̀ ìkíní yẹn ni volunteer guard law òun ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ so ìyẹn ni pé wọ́n fún àwọn tí wọ́n máa dáàbò bò wá wọ́n fún wọn ní àṣẹ láti máa gbé ìbọn káàkiri ẹni tí mo sọ wọ́n máa gbé àwọn nǹkan ọ̀pá káàkiri torí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tàbí báyìí sìn gbogbo àwọn tó máa sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe irú kò gbégbèsè láti dáàbò bò wọn ò ní jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè gbé irú àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ dání tàbí ó máa jẹ́ kó ṣòro fún wọn so gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mi mọ̀ à ń fẹ́ kí àwọn gómìnà kan yẹ gbogbo yẹn wò bọ̀ síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ náà àwa ọmọ ilẹ̀ káàrọ̀-o-jíire gbogbo wa náà ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé gbèsè láti dáàbò bo ara wa torí mo tún fẹ́ rán wa létí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo kọ sí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí mo fẹ́ fi tó gbogbo wa létí kó lè yé wa ó dẹ̀ ṣe pàtàkì ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan ló ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti wà láyé kò sì sóhun tó burú nínú ìwàláyé rẹ àfi bí o bá ti ṣe ìdájọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ nípa ọ̀daràn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí a rí pé ó jẹ̀bi ní Nàìjíríà so nǹkan tí ìtumọ̀ yẹn ni pé gbogbo wa ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti pèsè ìdáàbòbò fún ẹ̀mí wa torí ẹ̀ la ṣe ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé gbogbo wa ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí o a sì sọ pé bóyá káwọn àwọn ọ̀jẹ̀lú yẹn kí wọ́n gbégbèsè àmọ́ àwa gangan láti gbégbèsè ní gbogbo àdúgbò wa gbogbo àwọn àdúgbò wa ìpínlẹ̀ wa abúlé ni o ìgbèríko pé ká pèsè ètò ìdáàbòbò fún gbogbo wa lápapọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká ṣe kiri ó ṣe pàtàkì gidi gan ni torí tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí kò tiẹ̀ ó ti kọjá pé ká máa wò lásán sìn láti gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn torí ẹ̀ mo ní pé ká wá sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lórí ètò lẹ́nìí ẹ má bínú pé gbogbo ẹ̀ jẹ́ ó já mọ́ra wọn díẹ̀ àmọ́ a gbìyànjú pé ká lè sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn náà ni a dẹ̀ fi tó wa létí pé tí ó ṣe pàtàkì ni pé gbogbo wa ní ẹ̀tọ́ sí ẹ̀mí kò dẹ̀ sí ẹnì kankan tí wọ́n fún ní àṣẹ àbí agbára láti gba ẹ̀mí wa kódà àwa gan wa ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti jà fún ẹ̀mí wa tabadẹ̀ sowọ́ papọ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn àdúgbò wa àwọn ìgbèríko wa àwọn abúlé wa àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ká sowọ́ pọ̀ ká ṣe ètò láti rí i pé gbogbo àwọn tó bá fẹ́ wọlé wá gba ẹ̀mí wa àwọn ni wọ́n máa bá ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín ìtumọ̀ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ gbé kalẹ̀ náà nìyẹn ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún fi ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn hàn wá gómìnà wọ́n gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn ní ilẹ̀ Benue wọ́n pàṣẹ wọ́n jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn àjọ tinú ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ pé wọ́n fi ọwọ́ sí pé kí àwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pèsè ìdáàbòbò ní gbogbo àdúgbò wọn pẹ̀lú òfin yẹn fún wọn ní agbára láti ní nǹkan láti lè fi pèsè dáàbòbò fún gbogbo abúlé sí abúlé ìgbèríko sí ìgbèríko àdúgbò sí àdúgbò ìpínlẹ̀ sí ìpínlẹ̀ ó fún wọn ní agbára yẹn torí náà ó ṣe pàtàkì kí gbogbo wa ká gbégbèsè yẹn màá rọ̀ wá pé ká sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé bóun bá tẹ̀ sí sọ pé a ṣe ń bi àwọn ọ̀jẹ̀lú pé kí wọ́n bá wa ṣe kínní káwa gan gbégbèsè yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn yín ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣètò ìdáàbòbò ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣèpàdé ká máa mọ ẹni tó ń wọlé sádùúgbò wa ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní torí bó ṣe pa àwọn èèyàn ní ilẹ̀ Ọ̀wọ̀ yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó bani nínú jẹ́ gan ni. So torí náà mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká fi yẹn sí ọkàn wa báyìí o. Ẹ má dúró dè èèyàn kankan, gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ ló ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti pèsè ìdáàbòbò fúnra wọn. Torí a ti rí pé àwọn tẹ́ ń pè ní ìjọba wọn ò fẹ́ pé wọn ò tiẹ̀ ní lọ́kàn rárá ni. Wọ́n fẹ́ fi wá síwájú kí àwọn Fúlàní kan á máa pa wá lórí ilẹ̀ wa, kán lè gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Àwa gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́ o. Àwọn náà ni mo fẹ́ kí a fi tó gbogbo wa létí. Ẹ ṣeun, ìyẹn náà mo ní pé kí n mú wá pé ká lè gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kó lè yé gbogbo wa dáadáa. Tí ó pọ̀ jù tó wà ń bẹ̀ ń sìn ní gbogbo àwa ọmọ káàrọ̀ jèrè, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbìyànjú ká sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa. Ṣé rírọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tá a gbé kalẹ̀ ń sìn ẹ fi wọn náà tí mo lè ṣe báyìí. Let me do it another way. Mo fẹ́ kó wọlé dáadáa because mo fẹ́ kó rí pé mo kàn fẹ́ ṣáà pé ó bàdé ibi tí ẹ kó bàdé dáadáa. Now here we go. Share. So now ẹ ti máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sìn, so ẹ lè rí gbogbo ẹ̀ dáadáa. So tí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ rí nìyẹn, so mo fẹ́ kẹ́ rí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn dáadáa kó máa di pé ó kàn. So àkíyèsí gbogbo ìlú àárín àti àwọn gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ gúúsù kí wọ́n buwọ́lù òfin olófin ara ènìyàn láwùjọ bí èyí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Benue. Ó dẹ̀ a gbọ́dọ̀ buwọ́lé òfin lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ láti gba ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn wa là. Ó ṣe pàtàkì ká ṣe yẹn. Ẹ rántí pé ọdún 2000 sẹ́yìn ọdún 2000 ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ gbé òfin náà yọ láti ọwọ́ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Benue tí gómìnà George Akume sì fọwọ́ sí. Gómìnà Tom ṣe àlàyé pé òfin tí a ṣe àtúnṣe nígbà tí ó bá gbà sí yóò jẹ́ kí àwọn èso yọ̀ọ̀dà agbègbè ní ìpèsè pẹ̀lú àwọn ohun tí ìjà tí òfin tí a mọ̀ nípasẹ̀ òfin ti ìlú amúnisìn tá à ń pè Nàìjíríà láti ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún àwọn aṣojú ààbò déédéé láti kọjú ìwà ipá àti àwọn ìwà àwọn apààyàn ẹ jẹ́ ká pè bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn láti kọjú sí irú òwúrọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Torí náà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo rọ̀ gbogbo wa o, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbìyànjú lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, ó ṣe pàtàkì. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwa tá wà ní àwọn oko wa báyìí, ètò tẹ́ máa ń ṣe àwọn abúlé wa báyìí, ẹ máa ṣe ètò, ẹ ṣe ìpàdé láàárín ara yín, kẹ́ mọ ẹni tó ń wọlé ẹni tó ń jáde, kẹ́dẹ̀ wá gbogbo tẹ́ bá ní ẹ sa gbogbo ẹ̀. Gómìnà Otom ti sọ, ó ní gbogbo tẹ́ bá ní kẹ́ fi pèsè ìdáàbòbò fúnra yín, ẹ̀tọ́ yín ni, ẹ̀tọ́ yín adẹ̀ ti ka ibi nínú òwe tẹ́ pé ẹ ní ẹ̀tọ́ sí ẹ̀mí. Kò dẹ̀ sí ẹnì kankan tí wọ́n fún ní àṣẹ láti gba ẹ̀mí yín. Torí náà kẹ́ yá jà fún ẹ̀mí yín àti ilẹ̀ yín. Òun náà ni ọ̀rọ̀ tá a mú wá. A máa tẹnu mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ léra tí ó máa fi jẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa a máa lè mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ wa ní gbogbo kìíní. Gbogbo wa dẹ̀ ni ó tọ́ sí pé ká gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn. Màá rọ̀ gbogbo wa, kò ní sú wa, kò ní rẹ̀ wá o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀síwájú, ká túbọ̀ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn. Ṣé gbọ́, mo dúpẹ́ fún àsìkò tẹ́ fún wa lórí ètò yìí. I thank you all for watching this broadcast. I think I'm going to probably bring it to a stop here for now. I'll probably be back later on or maybe this evening. But there's a lot to do. The killings are horrifying. No excuses by anybody can excuse what has happened. The federal government has engaged in taking away the guns that we Middle Beltans and Yorubas and Oduduwa people and Biafrans could use to protect ourselves, and allowed us to be open to attack from foreigners that the very same government brought in. And that is why we're saying we have every right to go for self-determination. We need to continue to speak truth to power. We must never relent. We need to continue to educate our people, the awareness of what they need to do. Now it's not talking about anything else other than our focus is 24/7 right now. How our people are going to survive the onslaught from the Fulani terrorists. How our people will survive the onslaught. Bí àwọn èèyàn wa bí wọ́n ṣe máa lè borí gbogbo ìmọ̀ ọkàn àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ gba ìlú mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́, bá ṣe máa borí wọn, bí wọ́n ṣe máa lé wọn kán sáré kàbàkàbà padà sí ibi tí wọ́n ti gbé wá. Irú àwọn ètò yẹn ni à ń gbé kalẹ̀. Ṣọ́rọ̀ mi yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe máa wò ná, ó ṣeé ṣe ká tún padà wá tó bá ṣe díẹ̀, àmọ́ mo kàn fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ mú ẹnu ba ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kó lè yé wa pé tí ó wà ńlẹ̀ o, gbogbo wa ló kàn o. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí ó kàn jẹ́ pé a kàn dákẹ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Torí ẹni tó bá dákẹ́ tí a bá dákẹ́, gbogbo wa lára ti sọ̀rọ̀ síta bá ṣe sọ́nsìn gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí ó yẹ ká ní ètò ìdáàbòbò yẹn kó ti kárí dáadáa ẹ má dẹ̀ dúró de àwọn ọlọ́pàá àbáwọn àmì torí gbogbo àwọn yẹn wọ́n ń bá àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbé wọlé wọ́n ń bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ kódà àwọn gan kọ́ máa tún lọ kó wa síwájú ewu ó dẹ̀ ṣe pàtàkì gbogbo àwọn ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire ká tètè sọ jí gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ wa kẹ́ jí àwọn èèyàn wa kẹ́ sọ fún wọn pé ẹ̀tọ́ wọn ni láti pèsè ìdáàbòbò fúnra wọn ẹni tó bá fẹ́ gba ẹ̀mí wọn kàn gba ẹ̀mí ti àwọn ẹni náà padà ẹ̀mí tó fẹ́ gbẹ̀mí wọn yẹn ni kó bá lọ kì í ṣe tàwa sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn yín àwa ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ kó gbọ́dọ̀ wáyé sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn yín ẹ jẹ́ ká pèsè ìdáàbòbò fún wọn gbogbo ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire lápapọ̀ wa ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn ṣe pàtàkì torí àwọn ará bíi wọ́n ti wọlé sí wa lára tán ẹ ti rí àpẹẹrẹ nǹkan tó ṣe ní àná ogun ti wọlé ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà ká gbáradì ká dẹ̀ ṣe ohun tó yẹ ká ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀yin oníṣẹ̀ṣe tẹ́ bá ní gbogbo ọgbọ́n àti ìmọ̀ àtagbára tẹ́ lè lò láti fi ṣe kó yẹ pé a máa lé àwọn arábìnrin kan sáré kàbàkà padà síbi tán gbé wá ẹ jẹ́ ká tọwọ́ bọ̀ yẹn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ pé àwa ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire ká ti máa kọjú ìjà síra wa àwọn tó yẹ ká kọjú ìjà sí làwọn tó ń rẹ̀ wá jẹ tó ń gbà nǹkan wà mọ́nì nínú ilé wa tó ń dẹ̀ ń fìyà jẹ àwọn ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn ẹni ọlá ẹni iyì ẹni aládé ni ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire gbogbo wa ní kíní ìtọ́sí pé ká gba àǹfààní ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn papọ̀ ká lè gba àǹfààní yẹn lápapọ̀ iṣẹ́ pọ̀ gan fún gbogbo wa láti ṣe á dẹ̀ ṣe é ṣe ó ti ṣe é ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè torí gbogbo ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n náà ni pé àwọn ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire wọn máa ti ń lọ lóòótọ́ àwọn ilé gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tó ń gbé sìn wọ́n ṣàfẹ́ fi fa nǹkan sẹ́yìn kò dẹ̀ ṣe é ṣe kò sí ìtẹ̀síwájú àwọn ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire kò sí Èdùmàrè gbé kọ́kọ́rọ́ yẹn lé àwọn ẹni bí lọ́wọ́ ọwọ́ wa ló wà àwa la máa tẹ̀síwájú àwa la máa borí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè láṣẹ àwọn alálẹ̀ gbogbo wa báyìí ẹ jẹ́ ká nígbàgbọ́ pé ó ti ṣe é ṣe ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mú rọ gbogbo wa ni ẹ bá máa pé ètò ìbẹ́ bá ṣe ń gbọ́ a tún máa padà wá ná àrùjù báyìí lọ ẹ ṣeun mo kí gbogbo wa I want to thank you all for joining us. I'm going to have a bit of a break. I'll be back later on. There is a lot more to do. Please, as ever, when you're coming in, don't forget to share this broadcast. Go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Here's what you need to do as a quick recap. Here we need to go. 1 second. Oops. Okay, I got it now. Sorry about that. So here we are. Yeah. So subscribe to Citizen AY, hit notification button, and of course give us the thumbs up. We really appreciate your support. We hope that you've found this beneficial. We want to continue to raise the level of awareness. Every state governor must allow and encourage others to actually all hail Biafra. Every state governor must encourage every citizen and all of the groups there to set up vigilante groups to monitor their communities, because in the end the people in the community are the ones who can provide their own safety best, not anybody else from outside, because they know the whole area, they know what's going on, and they can save their lives. So we urge you all, please help us continue to spread the broadcast. Thank you for watching. I'll be back later on. You're watching Citizen AY in conjunction with Oduduwa TV Radio on a simultaneous broadcast all on the issue of the killings that took place at the Owo Church, where over 50 people have been confirmed dead. There's 2 killings also in Kwara that we know of yesterday. So please, ladies and gentlemen, and of course there's others in Ifon as well. So, but we'll be back to give you more updates later on. Thank you very much for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll take a bit of a short break and I'll be back later on. Thank you and goodbye. Bye for now.